Y'all, it's been like a whole week and I was not able to use my phone. All because I broke my screen. But you know what? It really did change some things for me. And I was actually enjoying not having my phone around because I noticed my mind was so much at peace. I was really enjoying this. For a moment, I almost didn't want to get it fixed. I ain't gonna lie, but I had my reasons. I was like, if it wasn't for these particular reasons, I probably would even get it cut back on. Not get it cut back on, but get the screen fixed because I actually dropped it at the grocery store. But only reason why I had to get it fixed is because one, I want to continue sharing my stories and record my videos, and two, of course, I want to share my art. Now, I was able to use my laptop, of course. I could get on my Substack and, keep up with my subscribers. By the way, if you're interested in joining my newsletter, I will leave the description below because on my Substack, it's basically I like to share my personal stories and go really deep into my artwork. I talk about, the things I go through, reflect, and encourage others to create their own reality. So if you're into soulful art, if you're into storytelling, um, basically, this newsletter is basically my cosmic diary. So if y'all are into something really deep and raw and real, you know, go ahead and check your girl out. It's free. So, if you really go ahead and join the community, my cosmic community, go on. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I got sidetracked. But some things I was able to do on my laptop, right? But some things I wasn't able to do because I needed my phone. But I noticed that it was just so much quiet, like so much quiet. So it was so much stillness. I was enjoying that. Now the only thing that made me frustrated was the fact that I couldn't take care of business. Like I like to go ahead and take care of things and be done with it so I can move on to the next thing, right? But it felt like something was holding me back. Like I was trying to get my phone fixed. Now, if they said, okay, well, it's gonna take like 2, 3 days to get your phone fixed, I won't even be. I'll be like, okay, cool, I got 2 days, so I know. But if you're giving me the runarounds, because apparently this phone company was giving me the runaround, and I'm like, okay, look, what y'all want me to do? Because I was told that I was gonna get a new phone sent, but then, kind of find out they're telling me I was supposed to go to the store. I go to the store and they say, "Oh, well, we don't fix phones." So I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" And I think that's what made it frustrated because I can't seem to figure out, or just trying to get whatever needs to be done. And that was like the only thing that was like bothering me. But other than that, I looked at how I felt like I wasn't too attached to this phone. Now, let me tell you something. When I had dropped my phone, right? It was funny how I dropped the phone because I went to the grocery store. I'm about to get my list on my phone, and I pick up the phone, and for some reason, somehow it didn't flipped. Like what? How did it even happen? It flipped out of my hand, and then it landed on the floor with the screen facing down. And I was like, "Oh my god, are you serious? Are you serious?" So, but you know what? I noticed something about me though. And you would think that I would get really pissed off, really angry. But no, no, I did have a shocking moment. It was like, I can't believe, I dropped it. But when I looked at the screen, I was like, well, I took it very well. I didn't feel like the phone was controlling me. I feel like I was like, I'm gonna get it fixed in a way. So I tried to remember what all I needed to get groceries and blah blah blah, call it a day. But I put my phone down, and while I was supposed to be waiting to get my new phone, even though it never came, but that's another story. These past days, it's been a week actually, but these past days, I noticed I wake up in the morning and I can feel. Okay, so I have in my bedroom, I have my window like on my right side, and the sun shines through the light through my window. And I love it because every morning it don't feel like the sun just hit me in the face. It's more like a gentle kiss. And I love that feeling. I love facing the sun and be smiling because every time that happens, I take a moment to be grateful. I take a moment to be thankful. I say thank you. Thank you. I really love the sun. It's not to the point where it's hurting my eyes or none of that. It's such a gentle light. It is like the most beautiful thing I experience in the morning. And I noticed instead of grabbing my phone, I grabbed my book because I had just bought this book. It's called Be the Unicorn. It's about leadership, being a leader in your authentic way. So I decided to read my book. I just bought it. So I was like, let's just read my book for a little bit. I read my book. And then the next morning I did it again. And then the next morning I did it again. And then it clicked. I go, hold up. I haven't been touching my phone, but I noticed the feeling I would get. This feels so much better. I'm not get on my phone just to check my email, just to check my text message, just to check my social media. It felt amazing because this whole time we always it's like the minute we wake up, we always check our phones. Like, that can it wait? Like, we don't take a moment to just breathe just for the moment and just wake up just for a little bit. Give yourself some time for yourself. And that taught me that. It gave me a moment for me to go ahead and get my mind together. Not even just that, like don't even think, just wake up and just be there. Just breathe. Just breathe. Don't even think about what you gotta do. Just wake up and just sit there and just breathe. 'Cause we're on autopilot. We're too busy moving, and we don't even get a chance to, like, be in peace with our body. Just be in your body, be in your mind, be in your own skin. We don't even have time to do that because we're so busy doing this whole rat race we got going on. And I noticed, waking up and reading my book, my mind felt light, it felt clear, it felt quiet, and another thing I noticed, it forced me to be focused. That's another thing I noticed. So I was working on this children book for someone. I know I brought it up a couple times, but I am getting to the finish line, you guys. Like I got like one more page to illustrate, and that's it, and I'm done, right? And it got to the point where I'm starting to feel discouraged, right? So here I am sitting myself like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting close to the end or what, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think this is like good enough. I start doubting my skills. And so one day I decided to go to the library just to take my son to the library, just so he has something to do. And I wasn't even planning on checking out books because normally I check out books. I love to read children's books, not because of this project, but I just personally love to read children's books. Well, this time I wasn't even planning on looking at children's book. I was just gonna have my book that I have in my bag and just read while he go play. And I walked inside the library, and the first thing I saw was these books, right? And these books, and I feel like this was divine talking to me. Like there is no way this was an accident because I didn't found like five books, and I wasn't even looking for it. But these books were like it was giving like natural, well not natural, I'm sorry, traditional artwork, and the pictures, the drawings was so beautiful. It was like you could see the smears, you could see the crooked lines, the messiness. It wasn't perfect, but yet it was such a beautiful, beautiful book. And it really did open my mind. And I was blown away from it. I was like, wow. And so I came across some more books, and I was just so amazed about how some of these stories that I was picking out, they looked as so original. They looked as so like so much. It's something about it. Like you could tell some of these were hand drawing, but I love how it wasn't perfect. This one, my favorite one, was called Radiant Child by Javaka Steptoe. And this book really, really, really taught me something. And I loved it. Even though his artwork was ugly and messy, but it was something beautiful about it. Like I remember reading that in one of the pages. One of the pages literally said that even though this artist in this story, Radiant Child, even though his art was ugly and messy and it was all spirited, it wasn't perfect, but yet it was beautiful and people were captured by this artist. And this artist is literally named Gene Mitchell Mesquite. Mesquite, I think, I can't remember. I'm so sorry if I said it wrong. But this this book, I have to buy this book. I'm gonna have to order this book and have my own copy because this is gonna be a reminder that it doesn't matter how you illustrate as long as you illustrate the story because you're expressing the story. And so I realized that by me not having my phone, I feel like that wasn't an accident. This was all Divine's doing. Divine wanted me to be focused, right? And when my phone wasn't broke, I was always distracted, discouraged, because it's like I'm almost getting close to the end, and I feel like my stuff just wasn't good enough because I was always on social media. Of course, social media, looking at other people's art, and I'm like, wow, their grass look perfect, but my grass don't look perfect. Wow, their line looks so clean, but mine doesn't look clean. And it's like it's a confident killer, because we're not supposed to be the same. We're supposed to express ourselves in a way where we, expressing ourselves. And then I have to think about it. Why do I want my art to be so perfect? That's the whole point of me of doing this because I used to do portraits, right? And I love doing portraits. Oh, I was so good at doing portraits. Y'all, I was a badass. I ain't gonna lie. But over time, I stopped because I noticed it was making me be this perfectionist. And I felt like I wanted to explore. I wanted to go out the lines. I wanted to have fun with the colors, and trying to draw perfect and make things so perfect. I remember my teacher said, if you want to make it perfect, take a picture. And so I stopped doing portraits for a while and start doing other things, like really expressing myself with my art. And I am having so much fun and I have so much freedom. So this my broken phone actually taught me a lot of things. Like it taught me to be focused. It showed that wow, I was really tied to that dang phone, first of all. And this might sound a little dark, but I felt like I am free. Like I felt like there was something lifted off of me. Like this phone was cursed. And it's funny, like you don't have your phone, it feels weird because you're so used to having it. But if you decide to take a break, let's say, you know what, I'm gonna take a phone break today. I'm put the phone in my closet. I don't want to deal with it all day. It feels like this sense of freedom. It's like something's literally like lifted off of you. That is like the amazing feeling right there. And so by me not having my phone fixed, I was like, wow. And I'm focused. Like I'm really focused this time. And I needed this inspiration. This was not an accident. Divine guided me to go to the library. I don't even plan on going to the library, but I guess Divine was like, you need to go to the library and see this. And I wasn't even looking for the books, but the book was right there in the front. I didn't even have to dig for it. It was literally right there staring at me. And for some reason, it caught my attention. I had to read it. And so I sat there and read it and study it. Look at the pictures, like observing the lines, the messed ups, the technique they use, the texture. I was really amazed by this because I realized it don't have to be perfect. So that's one of the things that I noticed that by me not having my phone, it taught me a little bit of something. I really did enjoy myself more. I was able to communicate, socialize a little bit with my boyfriend, like literally not have my phone. It felt weird, but I was able to socialize a little bit, with my patients, with my boyfriend, with my son. I was able to like not have my phone around me and we were walking around, just walking, just having a nice little outing, just walking and actually talk, not worried about who's texting me or looking up stuff and cuz I have a habit of researching all the time. No, I literally Literally was socializing. Like, wow, making eye contact and socializing. Another thing I noticed, I sometimes I use Chat GPT, right? And I only use it for, of course, like information purposes. Well, of course, that's the whole point of using it. Not to like steal, or I wouldn't say steal, but not to like depend on it, but more like just trying to put get trying to say what I'm trying to say, get some ideas, and then put my ideas into it. And I noticed that I had got a little bit dependent on it. And that's what I was afraid of too. I didn't want to be too dependent on it. Give me some ideas for my business, you know, but I'm still going to put my energy to it, put my thing into it, my authenticity into it. But it got to the point I was like really dependent on it. Well, since I didn't have my phone, I noticed that I was forced to um, be a little bit more creative with whatever life situation I had going on, instead of just, oh, I need to research this, I need to research that. No, no, I felt like I could just create something without getting the opinion from ChatGPT. Because I was so busy worried about what other people would say. Let's see what ChatGPT would say about this. But no, it was more like record, say what you gotta say, and just send it, post it, because you want to show people you. And and that's another thing, like I wanted to show more of me, not the perfectionist me, the raw me, the me that stutter, the me that laughs, and the me that say one thing that she forgot what she just said. That me. The goofy side of me, the calm side of me, the chill side, and then you got the loud version of me, the overly excited version of me. And I wanted to show that, not just me looking all extra professional in front of the camera and trying to sound professional. No, I don't want to sound like everybody else. I don't want to look like everybody else. I want to be me. So that's another thing. But this experience I had, not having my phone, I I really did like it. And I told myself I think I could live without it, even though it's only been a week. But if it wasn't for all of this that I'm doing, sharing my work and my story, I probably wouldn't even care for getting the phone. But I would like to get a house phone though. I thought about that. That way I can keep from touching my cell phone. You only take my cell phone when I'm going out. But other than that, have a house phone, put my cell phone up. I don't know. It's just something. But it also taught me stillness. It taught me focus. I noticed my mind was quiet. Like I said before, I'm over here repeating myself. So but yeah. And I've been journaling a lot too. I've been using my new journal. I just ordered from Magic of Eye, and I really love this little journal because I feel like the person who created this book intentionally, they put some really good energy into this, because I noticed the way how I write, I flow. Like the way I write, it's like the flow is flowing. Like I don't know how to explain, but when I'm manifesting something, I can write it down in great details without stumbling my words, without feeling lost. It's like I know what I want, but I don't know what I want. But I really love this journal, and I'm actually planning on getting the moon calendar from them too. So, but oh yeah, I'm gonna have to show y'all my journal, but I will leave a link in that description too, so y'all can take a look see. But anyway, yeah, a week without my phone. I want to know, what are your thoughts? Have y'all ever experienced this? If y'all did, what did y'all go through? You think you can make it at least a week without your phone? Like I want to know about this. What do y'all what y'all think? Huh? Anyway, thank you guys for listening to my little story. And until next time, you guys, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.